Welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now let's hear it for our special guest host, Adam Katz.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Hello, Alliance Nation. This is Adam Katz talking to you from Wilmington, North Carolina, possibly snowy Wilmington, North Carolina. Who knows? I know that a lot of the country's been hit with a winter storm. Appreciate everybody joining us today. We're gonna talk about some good stuff. I am joined today by three of our best: Linda Goebel out of Kansas City, Missouri, Matthew Hughes out of Kansas, and Bridget Emanim out of Maryland area. So we're excited to be chatting with you this morning and hoping to share just a few nuggets about things going on and how you can take your business to the next level in 2025. Obviously one of the big things coming up is our national convention coming up on January 24th through the 26th. That starts Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You want to get there early and stay late. Okay, some people get confused. They have a little dyslexia in their mind, and they get that backwards, and they come late, and they leave early, and that'd be the opposite of what we're trying to do. We encourage you guys to come early, stay late. In fact, coming early, those of you who have been hearing about the estate planning, those of you who are wanting to participate more in it, learn more about it, we're actually going to be doing an estate planning seminar starting on Thursday. I believe we're going 12 to 4, maybe 12 to 5, and then again Friday morning. You do need to pre-register for the estate planning seminar. There is no extra cost for the estate planning seminar, but you do need to pre-register for it. And a little birdie told me that we are almost maxed out on the room in terms of the estate planning. So I would definitely make sure that you get registered for that. Those of you looking to add that to your portfolio in 2025. My goodness, what a 2024 it was. We had an unbelievable year. The Katz team impact, we like to call ourselves, where we're improving more people's actions, convictions, and treasures. We just had a year of unbelievable growth, and to be honest with you, God-ordained growth. The only way I can explain it is that God had His hand on our business, and it's just been such a blessing. We added so many new agents, so many new producers and managers. Can't wait for a national convention, the awards ceremony. A lot of you guys have heard the name and met Jeremiah Adaki. He is, a brand new junior board member. I believe the fastest ever qualified for junior board member. And his organization has just brought a lot. They're gonna be getting a lot of awards through on Saturday night, and a lot of that is because of Bridget Emanim, who we have here as well. Bridget is a brand new executive vice president. Bridget, when did you sign contracts with us?
I think in March.
So got started in March, and basically in 8 months qualified executive vice president. Just unbelievable momentum, and this team has just been such a blessing for Beth and I to work with, and just been a blessing to the Alliance. So we're excited to have everybody on here. We're going to talk about the light of day, and how to grow yourself in your business by stepping into the light of day. So day, we spell it D-A-E. The Alliance is not afraid of an acronym. We'll come up with something in a heartbeat. So light of day, duplication, association, and edification. And we're just going to take some time today to really kind of dig deep into what that means, and how when you apply it to your Alliance business, you'll have nothing but sunny skies and growth. Okay, so let's start with duplication. Duplication is not having to reinvent the wheel. And the beauty of where we are right now in the Alliance is we have different tracks that people can run on. Okay. When we started the company back in 2002, my background, I was a history teacher. I taught seventh grade social studies for 10 years. So I love history. Let me give you a quick history lesson of the Alliance. We started the Alliance in July of 2002. Is when Andy Albright put his flag in the ground, and we got this thing started. I was honored to be there at the beginning. So not an owner, but a co-founder, if I could say that. Can I say that? I was there. In Hamilton, they say you want to be in the room. I was in the room, which was pretty cool. And we started as a mortgage protection company. That's what we did. We had a script. We had one carrier with one product. Actually, they had three products, but it was basically the same product. One was fully underwritten, and one was simplified issue. We called it Home Certain, or we called it Commission Certain. It was called Home Certain. And so we had one carrier with basically the three products, and we had a great lead source, and we were 100% mortgage protection. And mortgage protection was basically a term policy with return of premium, without return of premium. That's how we started the company, and it grew. We had some great momentum. We learned how to just follow the system. Okay, we learned how to duplicate what was working, and we didn't need to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. As we evolved as a company, 2008, the mortgage market kind of went kablooey. For those of you, I know we have a lot of younger people on here that don't remember the economy in 2008, but basically in 2008, there was a mortgage implosion on the economy. And so Andy had to lead us through those choppy waters, which he did a phenomenal job doing. Most people who were in that industry didn't survive that. But through Andy's guiding hand and leadership, we were able to survive that, and we evolved, and we became more of a final expense company, and we got into the direct mail final expense world, and we have continued to evolve through the years. Obviously now we do a lot with internet marketing, bang bang leads, things like that, that a lot of folks are having success with. We still fired up about our direct mail, and working with that aspect of the business, and we still have a lot of people focused on the final expense world. But as we have grown from one carrier with two products to 40 carriers with unbelievable amounts of product, we have just added different layers of what we have the opportunity to do, and different ways of being able to serve our community and serve our clients. So we're no longer just a one-hit wonder. We used to call it hit and run insurance, because we had just one product to sell them. So make the sale, move on, get a new batch of leads, and move on to the next batch. But now we have so many products and so many different ways of helping these people. You have Eric Belair did a brilliant job yesterday talking about Medicare and how Medicare fits into your portfolio. So we have agents who do a lot with the Medicare, which includes, which you can include the cancer plans, the hospitalization plans, all of those kind of things. And then we do a lot with retirement planning. Over the last 11 months, we've gotten deeper and deeper into this estate planning. I would encourage everybody to try and get to NatCon early so that you can plug into that training, because it has been an unbelievable blessing to our organization. I know Linda Goebel has been at the forefront of that, and so that was another line that we needed to learn the system on and then just duplicate it. Okay, I didn't have to create it out of thin air. I didn't have to make the contacts. I didn't have to build the products. I didn't have to build the system. I just had to take what was brought to the table and learn how to duplicate it. Okay, and then the same thing with Index Universal Life. We have a lot of folks, that are doing a lot of high-end Index Universal Life IUL sales, helping families with their retirement planning and putting them in a good position. And again, it's a matter of, you don't have to create new ways of doing these things. You just need to plug into the methods that we have, and you need to plug into the carriers that we have, and just learn those slots. So it's been pretty pretty cool watching the company evolve over the last 22 years, and watching these folks that we have on the call today learn how to duplicate and learn how to really build a business by stressing that the duplication piece, because one of the things Andy Albright always talks about is this: the highest paid skill set, what will make you the most money, is your ability to get other people to move. And what leaders do is they get other people to follow. Okay, and that's what these three folks that I have joining us, and it could have had a lot more people on the call, but obviously for the sake of time, we limited it to three. But just how they're able to use duplication to help grow their business. So Matt, let's start with you. If you would, real quick, introduce yourself. And a little bit about your background. Looking forward to by the way, all three of these folks have qualified for the trip to Cabo, and that's exciting. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will be in Thailand and bring a team of people with them to Thailand. These trips are awesome. They're even more awesome when you bring people with you. So Matt, if you would, just kind of introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what your background is, and talk to us just for a couple minutes about the importance of duplication. You are doing a lot in terms of the final expense field and building the more traditional business model, heavy on the final expense, heavy on the lead program. So talk to us about how you emphasize duplication to your people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Adam. So my name is Matthew Hughes. Been with the Alliance for about 4 years. Going on my 5th year currently. Full-time paramedic on ambulance, the 911 EMS service. Been doing that for 7 years. And so by the days I'm off, sometimes I work 48, 72-hour weeks. Like this week specifically, I work 72 hours. It's great. Don't recommend it. Anyway, so then doing this business, I say on the side, but then people say, well, Matt, you work more than some full-time people here. I'm like, well, I'm a workaholic. It is what it is. So, I love the environment here. I just love the culture. It's amazing. Out of the 4 trips, I won 3 out of the 4 so far. So, even on a part-time basis still, and then this year or last year, I guess I broke 6 figures for the first time. So, just growing, just keeping that up. So when it comes to duplication, I'm recruiting like crazy. I know the last conference we had, a bunch of leaders were on the stage. We got Fitzgerald, Mike Leventovich, and a couple others on there, like Alex Abian. We're talking about, recruiting and building a team and, the importance of that, and just more numbers, talk to more and more people. The more people you talk to, the more successful you're going to be. And so we've just been blowing up there. But when I'm getting my people started, I'm talking about, getting lead sources, the Bang Bang leads, crazy deal, $5 leads, fresh leads. Like, are you kidding me? Fresh. No one's touched them. Like, you can't get cheaper leads than that. And people just press submit, you get a text message to your phone. That's insane. You're like, hi, yeah, you just click submit. You requested this information, like, oh yeah, hi, yeah, no, I was looking into that, and there you go. For $5. I made $2,000 off of one $5 lead. Like, oh yeah, it cost me $5 to make $2,000. Who wouldn't invest in that, guys? It's crazy. And so the new agents that come on board, I'm just like, hey, we got this amazing lead program, best bang for your buck. Get this crazy amount of leads, get the most success, get money in your pocket, and start blowing this thing up. So, and then with that, obviously tie them into the calls, tie them into the trainings every week, every day. Always reaching out, show me your numbers, where can we fix stuff? But yeah, with just the final expense leads, you can't beat that. So
awesome. So Linda has really taken hold of this seminar system and the estate planning, and she had an unbelievable fourth quarter. Once she was able to plug in and get some seminars under her belt. And it's there's a time lapse on the seminar program. To be crystal clear, guys, the seminar program is not something, final expense you can buy you can buy $300 worth of leads and write business that day, that week, and have commission coming in within a week or two. The estate planning is more of a longer term process because it's a 5-step process and everything else. So Linda, if you would introduce yourself and talk about how important it is following the system of specifically with the seminar program, in the sense of not shortcutting the steps. It's basically a 5-step program, and I know there are some people that they like, they want to skip 4 of the steps and go straight for the money. What have you found to be, why is it so important to just follow what we know is successful and follow what we know works?
Absolutely. So I'm Linda Goebel. Hello, sorry, it looked like I froze. Am I good?
Nope, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So I'm Linda Goebel. I'm direct to Adam and Beth Katz, and I've been with the Alliance for over 10 years. I think almost over 11 now. When I saw the estate planning last February, March, I just kind of not overheard, Andy talking about it on a meeting. And then I was in conversation with some people who had went to his initial training, Scott Garcia's initial training in Burlington. And when I saw it, I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's for me. And then I literally just duplicated everything Scott Garcia and the Alliance had poured out. In the beginning, and the Alliance is so amazing at this. In the beginning, it was just Scott stuff. It was the training he did for those 2 days on a video, and then it was Scott's telling us stuff and handing us stuff. And the Alliance has since universitized it, right? It's on the university. We've got classes and courses in schools, so it's super efficient now to duplicate it. But the key, when I saw it, I thought, I know nothing about this, and I'm going to follow everything they do. And if y'all could come into any element of the Alliance with that mindset of, I know nothing about this, and even if you've been around insurance, you know nothing about this. So that was more obvious to me than ever, that's the way to do it, is just duplicate. And I probably came into the Alliance a little fussy 10 years ago, and I probably didn't duplicate everything like I should have. And I'm sure Adam can say, yes, Linda, we've spent years of you reinventing the wheel. So this time I'm like, you know what, this thing I'm just gonna duplicate. And lo and behold, that works. So if you all hear anything, if you're not estate planning, if you're not planning for that, if you're doing IUL, if you're doing the final expense and building an agency, just take this nugget. It really is true. Just duplicate it, execute it to your effort, right? Your grind, your growth inside of it, but duplicate it, and then watch it yield. Watch it yield like every other person that's going to go across stage at NatCon has experienced in whatever section or division of the Alliance that they're operating in.
And you've already seen that with the estate planning. Bob West is part of your organization, and he's had a tremendous amount of success, had a heck of a fourth quarter as well. Came from no shot of winning the trip to Cabo to,
Check. Yep.
Jack flying colors, like never a doubt. And so, so you can see that the duplication process makes it no matter what we do in the Alliance, everything we do is duplicable. You have the ability to mass produce it across the country. So great there. Now Bridget Emanim has only been with us for a few months. March of last year, she got started with the Alliance, and she has just she hit the ground running, and she hit the ground recruiting. She wasn't testing the waters or anything like that. She came in full blast when she saw the opportunity. And so in the month of December, Bridget, I was just looking back at some quick numbers. You had 30 unique riders issue pay business. So you've put together an organization, and do you know how many different states those 30 people are in? Bridget, you're muted. If you can unmute.
Yeah, all across everywhere.
All across everywhere. So, obviously, not having everybody in your backyard where you can do the training. Now, obviously, Zoom makes things easier, so you can do trainings across the country. But how important has it been to you and your fast growth in your organization for you to? Because it seems as if, from somebody working with you and from the outside looking in, it seems as if you've been able to duplicate your mindset and the activities very well. That you don't have 30 people out running around like chickens with their heads cut off, that everybody's kind of lined up and knows what the program is. How important has that duplication aspect been for your team and your success?
It has come from you. I think you, as a leader, you first have to see the vision and then show them the vision in yourself. And so it's not just you saying do this, but people want to see how you've done it and how that has been successful for you. So my greatest, I think my greatest success in all of this is, showing them how have been able to do this for myself, and just being very transparent about, okay, these are the struggles you're going to encounter, but if you do this way, this is how you're going to have the success. So just being transparent. And I would say that Zoom, I say COVID brought a lot of heartbreak, but it also brought the good stuff. And the good stuff is everybody transitioning into remote work. And I would say my background as a cloud security engineer and working from home, just seeing the process and ability to still be very, very productive, even though you don't have to drive anywhere, and just seeing that vision and then duplicating it in my business, that has been very, very exceptional. And, just with the IULs, we want to create generational wealth, right? That is what is important to us. And then, so just seeing that we're able to do this for our kids, we're able to do this for our families, and, replicating it and, showing people the vision that 10 years from now, you want to look back and say, what have I done? What is the structure? Because these systems, they've been here for a very long time. So how are you maximizing these opportunities? So yeah.
Excellent. I kind of skipped over the introduction piece with you. So if you would, tell us about your background. I think everybody detects a little bit of an accent. So maybe even go back to that background and how long you've been in the States and your family and everything.
Yeah, I've been in the States for 7 years. This will be my 8th year. So I have 3 kids, and I'm a cloud security engineer. So I've been a consultant, cloud security engineer consultant. And so that is basically where I started from. And also, I think my reach comes from me personally. I dealt with a lot of postpartum depression when I had my last baby, because, as an immigrant, the culture is different. Back home, you have a lot of support system. When you have kids, everybody's around you. So coming here and not having a family here, I do have a brother, but he's, how many miles away, so just, with my last baby, it was a lot of mental, it was so overwhelming. And just seeing that, I think that was one of the things that also motivated me, that, you see a lot of women who, they have kids and they have a baby, and the next thing they're going trying to go back to work. That causes a lot of stress. So why don't we build an opportunity that, women are gonna have babies? What if you have this child and you're not under pressure to go back to work? You're not under pressure to leave the babies at the daycare center because you now have this business that you're able to run, from home, and it's flexible. So for me, I'm very big on family. I'm very big on that family unit. So my goal is I want to be here present for my kids, because this is when your kids, there's so much going on right now. So this is when you have to focus on them, right? So I want to still have a business, still, have the wealth and, the money coming in, but also, you're able to now focus on the kids. So, my oldest is 11 right now. And I'm traveling with her everywhere. She's booked with me to go to Chicago. In fact, all my kids are booked with me to go to Chicago, because I want to ground them now. I want to show them what mommy is doing, and duplicate myself again. The spirit of duplication, that they're able to catch it right now. And once you set the foundation, they see the vision, and then it's easy to, when they're up and like, okay, this is the success I've seen with my mom, this is what she did, this is the success I've seen with my parents, and this is what they did. So when there's a distraction outside, they know their roots and they're able to focus and go back. So that's the same system with my team. You want them to see, you want to hold them. There's been a lot of sacrifice where, I had to hold up my personal business, because, okay, I want to be there for you because you're just starting. I want to show you how it's done. I want to be present and show you and hold your hand, and then I let you go so that you can now run on your own. So that's it.
That is awesome. And I don't know if everybody got, originally you're from Nigeria.
Yes.
And, something I was reading, I was actually reading in a book recently that I was not aware of. Per capita in the United States, the Nigerian community has more advanced degrees and college degrees than any other ethnic group in the United States.
Yeah.
And it just shows you how much you value, from an ethnic perspective, how much you come from a society that values education and growth and next level thinking, and it's great that you're able to project that onto your team. I love what you're saying about your kids. Beth and I did the same thing with our kids. Emily is she's been a superstar at the Alliance. She graduated from college at 19. She might have some Nigerian in her, I don't know, but graduated from college at 19 and went full-time into the Alliance, and has been a six-figure income earner every year, has won the trips every year, and now my older daughter Sarah, who is married. When she got married, she had been working with us, and then she kind of married into the military. Her husband is a captain in the Air Force, and they have a 2-year-old. And so she had been focusing more on the family and all the transitions of relocating with military, all of that. But she is now back working with us more on a full-time basis. Heavy into the estate planning side, but it's because we raised our kids in this environment. And I loved what the analogy you drew of duplication with your kids. It's the same concept as duplication with your team. So I looked up this verse. Many of you can quote it. I don't remember stuff that well. But this is from Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yes.
That's the same thing here. Train up your agent in the way they should go, and then when they grow, they will not depart from it. Something Andy Albright always has said. Well, one of his big mantras is this: do today when you are small what you'll need to do tomorrow when you are big. So Matt, putting in processes and systems for your business that can handle 100 agents while you're working with 4 or 5 now will help you long term. And that's what Bridget's been able to do. That's how she was able to go from 0 to 30 agents very quickly, because she already had those systems. She already raised up her team in the ways they should go. So it's not like herding cats, not Katz, but the Cats cats. And so that's such a big piece of it, is that duplication factor. So duplication, and Bridget comes from a great line of leadership all the way through, and is just a blessing. Her and her team are just so easy to work with. They just solve problems on their own and take care of things, and it's pretty cool to see that growth. By the way, Robbie Kraft posted on the AM chat, the agency manager chat. I would recommend all of you go agency manager so you can get this information firsthand. But we had a record December. The Alliance had a record December, best December in over 10 years. And a lot of it has to do with the new focuses on the annuity side with the estate planning, and the IUL side, which Bridget, being a big piece of Jeremiah Daki's team, has really built through the Alliance. I can't wait for national convention. So that kind of takes us to the next step, which is the association. Next part of Light of Day is association. So we got duplication, now association. Association is who you're hanging out with. There are 3 pieces in the 8 steps of success, or it's also in the Millionaire Maker Manual. So this is a guaranteed 6-figure income. If you master the 8 steps of success, guaranteed 6-figure income. If you master the Millionaire Maker Manual, this is a 7-figure income. Now, I will tell you that the Millionaire Maker Manual is thicker, has more pages, less pictures. Okay, it's going to be a little more detail to get to the 7-figure income range than it does to get to the 6-figure income range. But the power of association. So three of the 8 steps to success is all about association. Number 3 is listen. Number 4 is read, and number 5 is attend all meetings. Okay, so from that perspective, we read a long time ago that you will be 5 years from today. You will be based on 2 things. Where you are in life, where you are in business is going to be based on the 2 big things. Number 1 is the books that you choose to read and the people you choose to hang around. So the question is, how important is association to you? So Linda, why don't we start with you on this one? The power of association. How important has it been to you? The convention system, the Wednesday calls, the activity calls, the system of books and audio that we have through Alliance University, and the video vault, all of that. How important has that been for you to one, keep yourself moving in the right direction, but also your teammates?
Yeah, so I when I started, I'm going to tell a quick story on an agent that I had on my team, and I can tell it because they're no longer here. It's kind of a spoiler right there. Shouldn't have said it. And also he was my brother, so. Right? I can beat up on my family a little bit. So we were at a meeting very early in the business, and it was in St. Louis. I'm in Kansas City. And so we drove to that. He was out of Nebraska. And we're sitting in the audience, and Andy is doing the meeting, the Andy Albright. And so at the end of the meeting, a conference was coming up, and he had everybody stand up that was going to attend the conference, and then or raise their, and then those that didn't stand up. He asked, "Are you leaning towards it? Are you going to go?" And then another group stood up, and then to kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, right? So he had them come up. Those of us that were going. So that leaves 11 out of 100 people sitting in the chairs. One of those was my brother. I was very proud of that moment. So older brother, I'm the baby. You get the dynamic. But so he'd been around a while. He'd been around about 3-4 months. And Andy said, literally to those that were sitting in their chairs, he said, you guys will not be, it was pretty brutal, but it was honest and it was right. And you will not be here in a year. Because if you don't attend the conferences, what he does know, and now he says, now maybe you can, and maybe you're telling me you're going to prove it wrong and me wrong. But his point was, the people that are successful, the people that are here 10 years later, the people that are making this their life, attend the conferences. That's how important association is. That's how critical it is. And as you all know, because I ruined my story, he's not here. And about a year later, but he sat in the audience and a little bit probably towards me, but he was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I don't need to go to the conferences. I don't need to attend the stuff. I'll make this happen. And so my challenge is to y'all, if this is your deal, if you see the lifestyle here, the income here, the what you want, the people, the camaraderie, the relationships, if this is what you want, then commit to attending and everything, every meeting, attend all meetings. And the minute you make that commitment, it gets easier. Well, I'm going to everything. I've never missed a conference. I've never missed a big event. I'm going to everything. Right? And if this is what you're going to do with your life, why would you not? Why would you pick here? Or maybe I need this one. Just buy in. Do it. Maybe like Andy says, sometimes we should need to operate out of fear. Be afraid that you could end up like my brother. I mean, right? Not with us. Right? And if that's a scary thing to you, then just commit. You know what? I don't have a choice. I have to go to these events. I can't risk not being with us in 10 years. I can't risk losing out on this as my lifestyle, as my future. So come out of that and come associate. And then I would say this, when you do come intentionally, right? So commit to coming, decision made, never have to make that decision again the rest of your career. We made the decision, I go to everything, I never miss it. Now all sorts of baby decisions have to happen, like back when my daughter was home, who's going to take care of her, where is she going to go, where am I going to stay, how am I going to pay for it, how am I going to get there, all sorts of decisions there. But the decision to go, check that box once and for all, never have to do it again. And then when you get there, be intentional about it. One of the things I watch myself in this estate planning, kind of like a renewed baby agent, and I'm intentional. I'm talking to the people that matter to that for me. Like I'm learning. So when you come and do that. Find the Adam Katzes, find the Bridgets, find the Matt. Come see to ask us how we're doing it. What are we doing? Get something every time intentionally. And then I would just say commit to long-term growth of it. Are you going to go to one conference and you're going to be the person you need to be? Absolutely not. Are you going to go to...
if you've ever found yourself doing this, you need to calm down. Okay. Have you ever warmed up some food in the microwave? Open it up, put your finger in it and be like, it's still cold? And then you're just like, son of a gun, what is going on? Give it another 30 seconds to heat up. Just put it on for another 30. But we are so gotta have it now, gotta have it yesterday, and we lose the process. And what something Andy's taught me is this: if you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to enjoy the destination. See, what's going to make Cabo so sweet for us when we're sitting there drinking whatever beverage we choose to drink? Some of us may be adult beverages, some of us may be unleaded. That's fine, whatever your choice is. But the enjoying those beverages on the beach or around the pool is so much sweeter because of the journey we know everybody had to take to get there. And if you didn't figure out a way to enjoy the process and enjoy the journey, you would have done like Linda's brother and just bailed out along the way and been like, I'm going to find something different to do, maybe easier to do, maybe takes less emotional strength to do. I don't know. There's nothing against the people who don't make the trips or don't finish the race with us. But there's something missing, and that something is usually a lack of hope, a lack of belief. When people lose hope, when people lose belief, they lose themselves. And these conventions is where hope and belief are drilled into us. That's where you find it. That's where you recharge your batteries. See, this is only good as long as it's charged. If you allow the battery to die on your phone, then all it is a paperweight. It's just something to hold paper down. But if you keep it charged, then it can become the powerful computer it is. It's the same thing with your mind, in your vision, in your business. Bridget, one thing I appreciate a lot of things about you, but one of the big things I appreciate about you is, that first convention that came around after you got started, you came full force with a team. And you were early. You bought in early to the system and the importance of it. We were talking a couple days ago, and she was just laughing, like, you don't have to worry about me being at the conferences. She will be where she needs to be and bring her team heavy force with her. Do you know how many people you have coming with you to NatCon? You have muted yourself again.
I think we have about 25 or
25.
more. Yeah.
That's awesome. And this will be your third conference. The first one you could come to was family reunion back in July. So 25 coming to your third conference, incredible, and they're all fired up and excited to be there. What did you see when you came to that first conference? What helped? What is it about the culture that is helping you kind of spread that vision and spread that conviction?
I think just seeing how everyone is, no matter, just seeing like different cultures, different group of people, just sitting in their room and learning and, plugged in, open-minded as to, okay, what can I grab? So what other strategies can I learn? It's mind-blowing. And I think the biggest thing for me is knowing that I don't know everything yet, and I have to keep learning. And I have the mindset, and I don't know if that comes from me as a weight loss coach, or it comes from me being a mother, that you have to consistently, I don't know how many times I have to tell my children one thing, and I have to keep repeating it, and and sometimes you don't know when the change happens. You just like, oh my God, like, he doesn't do this stuff anymore. And I don't know when he caught it, but I see that he caught it, so just that mindset of everything is not going to happen at once, right? I know that a lot of people have that mindset because everybody sees the growth here, and they don't know the journey it has taken you to get there, and just that's acknowledging that you have to be patient, you have to consistently put in the work. And I talk to my team every time, and I say that a lot of us went to college, and then just talking about you saying Nigerians, one thing that we know is that we love to go to school, and we love to, see that growth. So one thing I tell them is that if you went to school for 4 years, right, you didn't earn a dime. All you did was pay into the system, and then you see a structure where you take your license exam, and if you're very intentional, you begin to see, like, you begin to earn something 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line. You can compare that to 4 years of education. So if you had to make the commitment to go to school, to show up at lectures, to do this, to do that, and you were patient for 4 years, don't give me any excuses about you 3 months and 2 months into that. I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear it, right? So that is the mindset for us, coming from where our culture, and just comparing that, just a little more push, it's not as tough as the other one, but you still have to show up and be consistent and learn, so yeah.
I love that mindset and that example, that analogy of 4 years of school to prepare to start a career. and we have people who get frustrated after 3 no-shows. You know, they made 18 phone calls and only booked 1 appointment, and they're gone. And it's just like, what did you expect? This is not get rich quick. It's just get rich for sure. Now we have some people who have recently joined our business that's making it get rich quick. They're doing very well very quickly, which is awesome, because I know it's changed the thought process within our organization, and that's been a beautiful thing to watch. Yeah, so NatCon, what is National Convention going to be like? Matt, MatCon, what are you looking for, Matt, in terms of what are you excited about at NatCon coming up? We got Damon West is going to be speaking. He's a keynote speaker. If you don't know anything about him, Google Damon West. Unbelievable story. He's actually come to a previous convention and spoke with us. He's written a book, co-authored a book with John Gordon called The Coffee Bean. And then we have Coffee Anderson is coming back. Those of you who are in Burlington for Coffee Anderson, he's going to do a little concert and talk to us. A big country music star. We got the ring ceremony. I can't wait for the ring ceremony. Bridget is going to be recognized as a executive vice president, and Jeremiah is going to get his ring for junior board member, the big one. Junior board member, can't wait for that. Stella Nwabuniki is also going to get her regional manager ring, and we have so many people hitting new levels. Ann Tendong, I know, is part of Bridget's team that's qualifying. So the ring ceremony, the award ceremony, all the leaders, all the winners. By the way, if you're wondering how do you get to go across stage for the award ceremony, basically if we have a leaderboard on ARC, that's what the award ceremony is going to be based on. So if you're like, oh, I didn't know what the categories were. If the leaderboard on ARC, those leaderboards on ARC is what leads to the awards at National Convention. So that's going to be good. That's going to be exciting. You do not want to miss all of that. Matt, what are you, in terms of the association and getting around the bigger team, why is it so important to you, and what are you looking forward to from National Convention coming up?
Yeah, no, just seeing everyone in person, seeing the team, getting to talk to them, tell them about what you've been doing, what you're thinking about doing, what their thoughts are, picking the brains of the people that are making 6 and even 7 figures in the alliance, and asking them quality questions of like, okay, I'm doing this, what are your thoughts? Trying to become better, trying to grow. Association with the carriers, get their numbers, get to know them so that you make a friend before you need a friend. And we say that all the time, but actually do it, because even this December, I needed a friend. I used my resources, let me tell you. That's because I went to the conventions and I built those relationships, because I want to become the best person I can be. And what better way to do it to go to a freaking coliseum full of people that I want to become, because they are successful. They are making the right decisions. They've been through all the work. How about let's help me out. Let's help my team out. What was the answer to all your work? How can I, get that nugget, and then I can duplicate it? But I can only duplicate it because I associate with them to get the answer. Right? Get your questions answered, become better, grow, and just have a great time and spend time with the people at the Alliance. It's so much fun, guys. It's not like people think of a convention, or they go from like previous employers or previous MMOs, whatever, or IMOs, but they go there and then like, oh man, the conventions are going to be so boring. They're going to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, there are strict trainings here. Like, you will learn something. And if you don't learn anything, it's because you're choosing not to. It's because you're not there. But man, Coffee Anderson, I can't wait for him to talk again. He was so much fun. Oh my gosh, that last convention, I was like, I want him to talk for hours, man. He's just like, he's on it. Gosh, so much fun. But then Damon West, I don't know Damon West, but I heard so much about him, and the anticipation so built up within me. I'm just like, I can't wait to go find out what this guy's about, because he's a big deal. I want to get to know that guy. That's a big deal. So choosing to go to the conference, it's a non-negotiable, guys. And guess what? It's one less decision you have to make, because you already know you're going. If you want to become successful, you go to the conventions to get the knowledge to become successful. Don't think just going and being present is going to make you successful. Going and wanting to become successful is what's going to make you successful. Seeking the coaching, seeking the guidance to be successful is what the conventions is all about. So if you want to become successful, sorry about the Insta people, it's going to take time. Trust me. I felt that. I still feel that sometimes, but I'm like, okay, got this process. It's a process. I love it. Love the people. Just keep going, right? Keep growing. I keep reaching out to Adam Katz, to Linda Goebel, to everyone else, not even direct my upline, because I'm trying to become better by associating with the people that are successful. If you associate with people that, work 9 to 5, make minimum wage, well, guess what you're probably going to end up doing? Oh, this is a scam. Oh, no one buys life insurance. No one buys life insurance. Anyway, I get it on that spiel. But associate with the successful people because you want to become where they're at. That's the whole point of convention. Whole point of talking to people that are more successful is to gain that knowledge to help yourself, to help your business, to help your life, to help your family. You got to associate with the right people.
Yeah, and it's so true. I love the quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And it is such a mind, like nobody's buying insurance. As so many people, they go through December, and December's their worst month of the year because, nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants, they're spending all their money on presents, and they're so busy with family and traveling and everything. And then you have people like Matt who did $35,000 in the month of December, I think Jeremiah led our organization with 80,000 personal production issue paid in the month of December. So the idea that people aren't, it's what you decide. It's what you think that's going to tell you. And where you get those thought processes is the people you surround yourself with. Who is your multitude of counselors that you're counting on? Mine is Andy Albright. And one thing I will tell you guys is this. One of the biggest secrets that has kept me alive in this business, but also in my life over the last 30 years of my partnership and friendship with Andy Albright is this. I don't hide from Andy. So many times when the pressure gets on, people they duck and hide from the one person that wants you to be the most successful, the best version of yourself. And that the one thing I can say I've done right, I've done a lot of things wrong. If we make a list, the wrong list is a heck of a lot longer than the right list. But the one thing that I've always done right is I've cultivated that power, that relationship with Andy by association. One thing Andy and Jane Albright never need to worry about is Adam and Beth Katz showing up for the conference. If there's someplace we're supposed to be, they don't have to circle back around and check to see if we're coming. I wanted to be able to take that off Andy's plate. Let him worry about other stuff. He doesn't have to worry about, are we going to show up? Are we going to be there? Do we? Do I need to check? And I love that about the group we have on this call. I don't have to worry about whether they're going to be where they're supposed to be. And that is such, that is, there's so many things you have to do in business that to be able to take that one piece off is huge. Something else that I've learned is that the best indicator of your business is the number of people you're getting to these conferences. Okay, that is whether you're growing or you're not growing. Growing the number of people you're bringing to these big conventions is going to be, because the more people you can get plugged in, and the more people you can get developing the right mindset, that long-term thinking that Bridget was talking about, the more successful you're going to be able to get to where you want to get to. Okay, so we've done duplication, we've done association. I am aware I've left 5 minutes to do edification, but we talked so much about the edification within duplication and association. So edification means to build up. Okay, this is your ability to put the spotlight on somebody else. Give somebody else the credibility. I've never wanted to be the magic in my organization, in my business, because if I'm the magic and I'm the only thing that makes it move forward, then I can never step away from it. Can't go on vacation, can't turn my phone off, can't get sick, can't deal with family, can't do if I have to be involved in every aspect of what's going on. So one of the big things to not be the magic is to make other people the magic. That's the edification process. We call it the secret sauce, that magic dust that you sprinkle on your business. You give somebody else credibility so that they can speak into your business and help grow your business without you having to be the one. See, if I have to give myself credibility, I'm going to come across pretty arrogant. Okay? Now, I mean, we've had an unbelievable fourth quarter. The team, we've been breaking records. We had our best month ever in November, and then beat that best month ever by like 15% in December. But it has nothing to do with me. You know who it has to do with? It has to do with somebody like Matt Hughes, posting 35,000 personal production in December. It has to do with Linda Goebel having her best quarter in the fourth quarter, probably. I don't have the statistics, but I'm thinking ever. And it has to do with Bridget Emanim and her team growing from not part of the alliance in February, March to executive vice president with 30 unique writers. It has to do with Jeremiah Adaki getting started with us in February and growing to junior board member in 11 months. I'm not the magic. I'm not the secret sauce. I just found good people. I got blessed. I got lucky. And you can too if you're in the hunt. And then what we do is we give credibility to the other people and allow them to grow as leaders. That's what edification is. So if you're trying to recruit somebody, give the person you're working with, that's part of the business team, give your coach, whoever you're working with, give them credibility so that they can then drop down and talk to your person and speak with credibility because you've edified them and you've given them that credibility. See, you're the one with the relationship. If you ask me to talk to somebody in your organization, Matt, they don't know who I am. They don't know me from Adam's house cat. Okay? But they know you. And so what they will believe what I say about the business and about you if you gave me enough credibility to speak into them. That makes sense? And that's the power of edification. That's the power of triangulating or three-way phone calls and things like that. And this is what Andy taught me: is travel the country and serve your people. And let them put you in a position that you can speak into their organizations, and that's all we've tried to do over the last 22 years in the alliance, and it's bearing fruit big time over the last 12 months in 2024. And so that edification of the system, edification of the leadership team. People ask me all the time, what makes the alliance different than everybody else? What makes the alliance different than your competitors? Well, we don't have any competitors. We have other people who do similar things, but they're not competitors of ours. You know why they're not competitors? Because they don't have our unfair advantage. They don't have our leadership team. They don't have an Andy and Jane Albright. They don't have a Stephen and Holly Davis. They don't have a Mike and Noah Leventovich. They don't have an Andy and Angela Riddle. They don't have a Terry and Tia Edwards. They don't have, I could go on and on and on. I shouldn't have started naming names, but they don't have what we have. But if we don't leverage that unbelievable leadership and knowledge and expertise that the Alliance brings to the table, then you might as well not have it. And the way you leverage it is through the edification process. Get your people plugged into the conventions. Get your people plugged into the conference calls. Get your people plugged into TWC's activity calls. Let the Alliance, by you making these things important, that allows the Alliance to do the heavy lifting on those things. So you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. And you can just keep going out and building new people and hiring new people. So guys, I hope that helped. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Matt, for joining us today. Alliance Nation, we are very grateful. Always honored. Andy and Jane Albright trust us on the conference to talk to their company. We don't take this opportunity lightly. We take it very seriously. We prepare seriously for it. And always honored to be asked to host, be a guest host on these calls. And so we love you guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks in Dallas. As we travel the country, look forward to seeing folks. Be blessed. Have a great day. Win the day. Win Friday. And let's make it a big day. Take care, guys.
Thank you. Bye.